Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you're here tonight. We are we have about, about just a little less than 3 weeks of celebration left. So, did you see all the new things that they released? They released some nice stuff. I especially like those dies, those letter dies that were added to the pool of products you could get for free. Those were really nice, very much worth it, so consider those. Okay, we'll do our little bit of housekeeping. I'm so glad you're here tonight. If you like my video, please share my video, comment, share down in the comments, and your name will be entered into a drawing to win the project I work on tonight. If you remember last week, I made this card. Best of luck. It was a fun fold because she liked my video, she shared it, she commented, shared, and her name was drawn. This is going to go out to Joan Ballinger. So Joan, I will get this out to you. I believe I have your address. So thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Once you do that, click that little blue bell. You'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, which is usually on Monday evening. Okay, let's get started. I was going to do a 3D project tonight, but I saw something else that I thought was really cute, and so I thought that I would go with that instead. And maybe we'll do a 3D project, a box or something next week. I'll have to write that down so I remember. This isn't, well, it's not 3D, it's not a traditional card. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my view and show you what we're going to make tonight. This little, cute little envelope. Look at that. Hold on. And it's super simple, no special tools. You've got a little card in here. You could put a little piece of flat candy in there. I don't have any, but let me see if I've got something. Okay, this might not fit. But this is like a half a sheet of dimensionals. I suppose you could give someone some dimensionals in here, but you could put that in there. Give them a cute little card. Co-worker, somebody who's been going through a hard time. I made this thinking of you, but really you could be anything. Happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day, any of those kind of occasions. Here's my website, my host code. If you're placing an order, please use my host code if your order is under $150. Okay, products were used. Again, we're back to this designer series paper from Celebration. It's the Bloom Impressions 12 by 12 designer series paper. I just think it is so versatile. So many great colors. You're seeing them here. I think this is the only one I haven't used on something is that paper. So there's that. You know what? I guess we'll go ahead and get started. That is not going to stay down while it's laying like that. Let me see if I can get it retied. It's just so it lays flat. You guys know I don't do functional bows very often, but that's what this called for. I suppose you could probably engineer something different. Okay. But I just thought that this worked well. Okay, that's pretty. Oh, you know what I didn't do on this one is I never did cut my ends at an angle there. There we go, perfect. Now it'll sit there very nicely. Okay, so we start with a piece of 8 by 8 designer series paper, okay? Now you don't have to use this, but just to start and to make sure that I have a good basis, I am going to score my paper diagonally. So what you're going to do is fold it over, but sometimes if on a score it's more than just a regular traditional card base, sometimes I have trouble with it. So I just decided, you know what, this goes the other way. because you want to fold it toward the mountain. So, okay, so you really don't have to do that. Like I said, I just do that because it helps me get a better score line, nice straight. Your bone folder will be your best friend during this process, okay? Okay, and so you've got this. Now we're going to open this up. Now we're going to fold these corners in toward the center, and it's going to look kind of like a kite. So take your time, get it lined up. Just like that. There we go. Do the other side the very same way. This would probably be easier if the designer series paper was a little lighter. Sometimes Stampin' Up! Does some of their designer series paper a little bit lighter weight. It's not exactly lined up, but it's even, so I think that's probably the most important thing. You can see I've kind of, it almost reaches the center. So again, your bone folder is your best friend here. Okay, very good. Now we are going to, hold on, fold this tail up. So it hits, just somewhere up here. This is going to determine the depth of your insert. Let me get my piece and just make sure, because goodness sakes, I don't want it to be too short. Okay, I'll do it right there. So I'm glad that'll work. Perfect. Okay. Now this, it gets a little harder, you know, to get a good crease on it, because essentially I've got multiple pieces of designer series paper that I'm creasing. Okay, and then you're going to fold this. Oh no, I'm not doing that yet. Hold on. Next thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to fold these sides in right to here. Again, so now I've got 1, 2, I think I've got 4 layers right here. So yeah. You can't underestimate the importance of a nice, good, you know, crease. There we go, that's good. Okay, there we go. Now we are going to fold. No, we're not. We're going to do, now we're going to gusset, what I call gusseting it. So we're going to open this up and fold that side in like that. See? So that gives you, you know, space inside. And I'm going to use my bone folder one more time. Okay, now we will fold this top in, okay? Again, this is going to be another one of those that's going to be a little bit harder to fold. I know where I want it. Now I'm going to take it out and I'm going to do this really. It's not as hard as it looks. I just like to get nice creases. Okay. And I am going to then on the inside put a little bit of adhesive. Now I'm using this, the Seal Plus, which is the little bit extra heavier adhesive. Hold on here. Okay, now we're putting that right in there. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm going to get my little part for my card. I may have to trim that down just a little bit. And then, is that going to be, that's good, right? About there. A little bit more. There's no right or wrong. But like I said, I think I'm going to have to trim down my paper. So there's your little envelope pretty much all done. So this was 3 by 4, but I don't think it's going to fit. No, it's just a little bit, you know, these things are never exact. So, okay, let me take a little bit off of that. Is that gonna fit in there? Probably so. So that means I need to take a little bit more off of this. Right there. So there's no, you know, right or wrong answer. This is, again, to go on the inside with your note, you know, that you can write a sentiment or something in there. You could stamp a sentiment, whatever. So let me put that on there. See how simple this is? It really isn't hard. You could put a bunch of these together while you were watching TV or something like that. Okay. Okay. Very good. Now I'm going to put that in there. It's a little snug, but it works. Okay, so there's that. That's pretty cute. But now we got to decorate it. So I am going to get my Heartfelt Hexagon punch. And I decided I pulled up this stamp set, Friends for Life, and used the Thinking of You stamp on that, okay? I pulled out the, where's my, oh, you know what? I didn't get a piece of white for that. Hold on here, let me get one. This'll work. This'll work. Okay, so I'm using Pretty in Pink ink for this. Okay. Put this right there. And really, I mean, this could be Berry Burst. This could be you know, any of these pinks, because this paper's just got them all in there. So I'm going to use my Heartfelt Hexagon punch out my sentiment. Hopefully I almost didn't put it in the center, but close enough here. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to use this one to go behind it. This is Melon Mambo. Okay. And so what I'm going to do with this one, and I do this a lot, I'll cut this in half and spread it apart to frame our label. Some punches and dies look better doing it the top and the bottom. Some look better on the side. You kind of have to just play with it and see what you like and what works for your individual project. I've done this a lot. I did this when I mailed out my Christmas cards this year. I that used this exact same technique, except they were on either side of my label. Oops, hold on. This is easy. There's not a lot of tools. There's not a lot of measuring, anything like that. Okay, so now we are going to use our ribbon. This is our In Color ribbon, Pretty in Pink. I think for that I used about 17 inches. So a little more. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to lay this on here. And I'm going to tie my bow first. Let's see. Kind of over to the side. Bear with me here while I do this. I'm trying not to twist it too much. I'm trying to leave the ribbon kind of flat. There we go. You get a much nicer bow this way. See how nice that looks? Let me trim that off there. Okay, now we're going to put our sentiment on here. I'm going to scoot it up just a little bit because we're going to put a dimensional here. Oops, good grief. Then I'm going to put a couple right up here on this one. See how simple this is? And I think that you could use this for so many different things. So, and neither one of these are exactly the same. You can see because this one, the point goes down a whole lot more. This one, it's a little bit bigger. So they're not exactly the same. Again, a lot of it has to do with folding. Now the last thing I'm going to use is the purple Adhesive-Backed Sequins. This also is from Celebration. The paper's free with a $60 purchase. These embellishments are free with a $60 purchase. These I used these sequins, which I think are probably the Fresh Freesia, because this is Berry Burst, this is Bubble Bath. I'm gonna brighten this one up a little bit here, I think. But see, I think it doesn't make any difference. They all look nice together. I'm gonna put this one here, and I'll put a large one down at the bottom. There we go. Now we are done. So what do you think of this? You like that? Is this something you would do? What would you put in it to give to somebody? I would put a little note and a Ghirardelli chocolate. That's what I would put in, one of the little square ones. I think it would be perfect. So tell me what you think, and I will see you next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Stampin' with Denise. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Bye.